All right, everybody. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. For those of you who I have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Josh Hensley. I get the absolute privilege of serving as the student pastor here at LifePoint. We are so excited for summer camp every year. And this year in particular, we've never taken a group this big. Right now, we have about 80 high school students, which is about double what we took last year, signed up for camp. And that's all made possible because really just want to shout out the leadership at LifePoint. They are phenomenal at pouring and investing into the next generation, and they've made all of this possible by making it $150 for every student in middle school or high school that wants to go. That's just unheard of from a church. Really, it ends up, if they don't sponsor every kid, it ends up being about $500 a kid. And I was a Young Life leader at Catawba Ridge for 3 years. And those camps are, anywhere from $800 to $1,500. So to be able to make camp available for students at $150 is just something awesome. And we're super excited and grateful that LifePoint chooses to keep pouring into the next generation. So shout out to all the leadership here at LifePoint. The next thing I want to point out is we are doing summer nights. Our summer schedule looks a little different during the summertime than it does in the fall and the spring semesters. These are all available in the student link tree, linktr.ee/LifePoint students. So that's linktr.ee/LifePoint students. It's where this QR code goes to. But we've got all the summer nights in July. This is basically everything that's going to be happening in student ministry. High school is not going to be meeting on Sunday nights until the fall semester, when we have our back to school party. After that, we'll start meeting on Wednesdays and Sundays again, and we'll have more information for that. But this is going to be, the schedule is on the student room door. It's on the link tree. It's got everything you'll need. The next thing we'll be doing is Ice Cream Olympics on July 17th after we get back from camp. So summer looks a little different, but make sure you guys get plugged in, find one of us on a Sunday, or go to the Next Steps area, and they'll help you out with all of that stuff. So all that to say, let's dive right in. If you've got that high school summer camp info sheet, great. It is one of the first links in the student link tree. If you don't have it, I'm going to be walking through all of it. And if you still need it after this meeting and you can't find it, just email students@lifepointcc.com and we'll get you everything you need. So, Christ in Youth Move Summer Camp. Move is the high school summer camp for CIY. I worked for CIY for about 7 years. They're a phenomenal organization that loves championing the local church and creating opportunities where leaders and students can really just have uninterrupted time with the gospel. It's a really awesome camp. They basically go all across the country. They take over college campuses and they turn them into a summer camp, and it's really cool. So our summer camps are at Lee University. The address is there for whoever or whatever you may need to need the address if you need to come there or send something there or need to know where it's at just so you can sleep a little bit better at night. That's all there. And then the link directly below that is the specifics for our week of Move. It is Move Tennessee 5. So that's the link right there. That link will take you to CIY's website, and they've got all the information we're going to be going over here there if you need it. In the event of an emergency while your student is at camp, the order of operations, that is my cell phone number. I'm going to have my cell phone on me at all times, so if for any reason you need to get a hold of your student for an emergency. Emergencies are not my student has lost their money and they want to buy a t-shirt or Chick-fil-A. That does not qualify as an emergency, but feel free, if there is an emergency, to call me or text me or do whatever you need. If you can't get a hold of me, try to reach out to Caleb. Caleb's our assistant student ministries director. He primarily does mostly middle school stuff, but he also serves with high school, so he'll be there with us. And then Emily Seaman won't be there, but if you can't get a hold of both of us, then something is probably terribly wrong. So that is Emily's contact information as well. So in that order, if there is an emergency, feel free and reach out to us and give us a call. We'll be leaving Monday, July 8th. We're going to have check-in from 8:15 to 8:30. So please arrive at 8:15 to 8:30 on the north entrance, the front entrance there. Obviously, because the south entrance is blocked by construction. So we'll have some tables set up. We'll have some stations for medication. We'll have some stations for emergency release forms. Should you need to get us some of those, if you haven't filled them out already, we'll get to that here in a minute. But check-in will be 8:15 to 8:30, and then we are hoping to hit the road at 9 a.m. for a 5-hour drive. That puts us getting at Lee somewhere between 2:30 and 3, pending traffic through the mountains. We use a company called STI Charters. It's the same company that York County Young Life does all of their trips with. We've used them last year, and we've used them for our middle school trip a couple weeks ago. They do a great job. So the game plan is to be wheels up at 9 for a 5-hour drive. We will do a lunch and restroom break at a rest area halfway. That's going to be a day of decision where that's going to be, just because pending traffic, pending construction, we might go up to Asheville and over, or we might just go straight through without going over to Asheville. So it's really just based off of their driver's recommendation. I'll be following the buses in a van, so I will make sure everybody is posted up to date on when we're stopping, where we're stopping, and make sure everybody's good, great, and fantastic with all of that stuff. So that is the departure schedule, and then we will return Saturday, July 13th. If you go to CIY's website, it's going to say that the event is July 8th through July 12th. That is because the event is July 8th through July 12th. We will be coming back on the 13th as a travel day. So we will leave Lee University at 8:30 Saturday morning, July 13th. It's about a 5-hour drive, and we will do the same thing that we did going there, stopping halfway for lunch and a restroom break. I will be sure to keep everybody posted in the GroupMe. If you're not in the GroupMe, I'll explain how to jump in that at the end. That's going to be where you get updates throughout the week. That's where you're going to be getting pictures and, hey, we made it safe and sound. Your precious little baby is still alive. So, same thing coming back July 13th. We're shooting to get back sometime between 2:30 and 3. Very well could be closer to 4, depending on traffic and stops we have to make and everything. So that's going to be the travel schedule. And then as far as what to bring, pretty self-explanatory with the list: a Bible, notebook, something to write with, clothing for 6 days, including travel time, personal toiletry items. That includes over-the-counter and prescription medications. Your students will not be able to have their own prescription medications. If they are attending this, we have to be in possession of prescription medications. If you want to send some like Tylenol or something, over-the-counter stuff's fine. But any prescription stuff, we need to administer as their leader. Towels, bedding for a single bed. I'm pretty sure they are either twins or fulls, but think empty dorm room style of housing. And then, so if you want a blanket and a fitted sheet and a pillow, you can go that route. Or if you just want to send them with a sleeping bag, that will be totally appropriate. But whatever they need to sleep in a dorm room that has nothing but furniture in it, they'll need to bring their own bedding. Athletic attire for recreation time. There's a lot of basketball tournaments, pickleball tournaments, ultimate frisbee tournaments. There's a lot of tournaments and a lot of outdoor recreation at Move. So just extra clothes to get sweaty and dirty in, and Extended rec day, we will be playing kiddie pool kickball. So they don't have pools at Lee, but they will be getting wet. So make sure they come with an appropriate bathing suit. Money for travel, they do have a merch store and a resource store at the campus that CIY offers. So they'll have t-shirts and hats and journals and stuff. They do offerings, and then there is a Starbucks and a Chick-fil-A on campus, as well as a Dunkin' Donuts. We say as a good time at camp, $50 to $80 can get you through a good time at camp. If you don't want to send them with any money, they're going to have a good time at camp. They will get 3 meals a day that they can eat as much as they want. There's water stations, so if they bring a water bottle, you don't have to send them with any money. We will be doing themed nights for the evening sessions. This is something that the students wanted to do this year that we did not do last year. So Tuesday night is going to be jerseys, so send them with their favorite sports team's jersey. It doesn't have to be a specific sport or a specific person. Just make sure it's appropriate and doesn't have any vulgar names on the back of the jersey. So I will be wearing a Bobby Boucher Waterboy jersey, the Mississippi Mud Dogs. So Tuesday night will be jersey night. Wednesday night will be country night. Think country or western. Thursday night will be Hawaiian. And then Friday will be Frat Friday. So fraternities, the collared preppy shirts, the visors, Southern Tides, all of that fun stuff. Frat Fridays. Those will be the themed outfits. You don't have to do those. It's just fun if they want to do those as a group or with their friends. I'll be dressing up like it, so they won't be the only one. I can guarantee you that. Those are all the things to bring. What not to bring, some of these are like, don't bring that. But there's a reason we have to talk about these things. No alcohol, no cigarettes, no vapes, no drugs, no weapons, no fireworks, no extra electronic devices such as mini fridges, microwaves, TVs, speaker systems, gaming systems, Nerf guns, etc. ad nauseum. The only thing that would be acceptable is if they want to bring a small personal fan to have in their room at night, they can bring one of those. Other than that, use your best judgment to not bring those things. The move rules are also pretty self-explanatory. Respect others and yourself. No guys in the girls' dorms beyond the front lobby and vice versa. Alcohol, tobacco, vaping, drugs, and weapons are absolutely prohibited, and everyone must be in his or her dorm by the designated in-dorm time at night. For security reasons, students will not be allowed to bring backpacks into the auditorium or cafeteria. Drawstring bags or clear backpacks are okay. Think about like football stadium rules when it comes to that. Follow the schedule, be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. During sessions, stay in our assigned seating area. We will have specific seating the entire week. Don't leave the auditorium once a speaker has begun talking. Respect the campus. No water balloons, no toilet paper, shaving cream, sidewalk chalk, practical jokes. No pranking, none of that stuff. Don't move the furniture. We will be charged as an entire church if they have to move stuff around, or if we do damage like middle school and punch holes in walls with elbows because they're playing soccer in the hallways, then we will get charged for it. Don't dial 911 unless it's a true emergency. No fireworks at move or while on campus property. I know it's tempting because it's right after 4th of July. If they shoot off fireworks and we know who did it, or if they have fireworks with them, bad things happen. So, no deliveries, no DoorDash, no Uber Eats, no Lyfts, no Uber rides of any kind on campus. Students can only leave campus with adult supervision. I'm going to go ahead and say students can't leave campus. Your students will not be leaving campus. There's no need to. So, The MOVE dress code will be enforced, and no hazing of any kind will be tolerated. Ultimately, the adult leaders for each group are responsible for ensuring that your students follow the MOVE and campus rules, and MOVE or CIY reserves the right to dismiss any student or adult leader who cannot abide by those rules. Acceptable clothing is MOVE t-shirts, chacos, fanny packs, bucket hats, MOVE sunglasses, Crocs, hoodies, jerseys, MOVE hats, any of that stuff. Unacceptable clothing would be short shorts, sagging pants, bikinis, miniskirts, spaghetti straps, low-cut tops, morph suits, non-medical masks. Use your judgment. If your student wouldn't want to see you in it, don't send it to camp with them. Is a pretty good rule of thumb if you have no idea where to start on what unacceptable clothing is. So, the weekly schedule is there as well as the website. Day one, it'll be an adult leader meeting. We'll get there, we'll do dinner, we'll have an adult leader meeting. There will be a student-only session. We'll then have a small group time and then an evening session that ends in youth group time together as an entire church. And then we'll be in dorms. And then the next 3-ish days will follow something similarly. There will be breakfast. We'll have an adult leader meeting. There's a morning session. There's a devotional time. There's a small group time. Then there's lunch. Then there's elective times and alternatives. And then there's an evening session concluded by youth group time and in dorms. Everything we've got on this document is just kind of an example. When it gets closer to the event, they will probably put the exact schedule on the website. But it's a very, very structured day. And it's usually they'll have some type of free time and tournament time throughout the week each day. So that is that. The 2 things we need in order for your student to come to camp is the CIY Emergency Medical Release Form and the LifePoint Liability Release Form. The LifePoint one, we will have a couple extra copies, but you need to print that off and bring it to check-in on Monday morning. The CIY Emergency Medical Release Form is filled out online. Both of those links are in that 2024 high school summer camp info sheet document. If you can't locate that, shoot an email to students@lifepointcc.com saying, I have no idea how to find this, and we will make sure you get them. They are both also in the student link tree. So if you can find the link tree, you can find those forms. Make sure you fill those out. Both of those need to be filled out before your student can get on the bus and go to camp. Frequently asked questions. How many people stay to a room and what style are the rooms? It's dorm style with the exception of a couple townhouses that we've stayed in the past. I haven't received exactly which arrangement we're going to be staying in yet. I'm assuming to get that information this week sometime, but basically your student will be staying in some type of dorm room. Some of that is a hallway dorm room style with 2 students per room on a hallway of about 10 rooms with the community bathroom type situation. Some of them might be staying in, a suite that has 2 students to a room, 2 students to a room that are joined by their own bathroom. It really just, we're kind of at the mercy of CIY when it comes to which housing situation they're going to be in. They will have an adult on their floor or in their room. Our rooms will be very clearly marked, and we will know where all of their rooms are. Same thing with the bathrooms. Sometimes it's joined by a bathroom, and sometimes it's a community bathroom. But they'll need to bring all their own stuff. I would recommend shower sandals because there are a lot of events that happen on Lee University's campus during the summer, and sometimes they don't get cleaned as nicely as we would clean our own homes, is what I will say about that. The dorms are air conditioned. Again, if you need to bring a fan for white noise or just to cool off if you're a hot sleeper like me, you can bring a little fan. There's no pools on campus, but we will be getting wet, so make sure they have a bathing suit of some kind. There's 2 volleyball courts, an outdoor basketball court, tennis courts, pickleball. There's a softball field, a soccer field, and just kind of an open area where all types of different recreational activities take place. So make sure they have something to get active in. The distance between the dorms, everything is within reasonable walking distance. Any dorm that may be further away than others is usually nicer, so it is worth the extra walk if they are further away. But everything's going to be within walking distance. Here's the big question. Are phones allowed this week? We strongly discourage bringing phones to camp. There is nothing at our camp that requires them to use it. And we are firm believers that removing that distraction allows them to have the best, safest, distraction-free experience while at camp. But all that to say, students can bring a phone, but they will not allowed to be on their phones during the day. If we have to instruct them to put their phones away more than once during the day, we're going to take their phone for the day, and then we will return their phones to them during dorm time at night. Each adult leader will have a designated small group that is roughly an 8-to-1 ratio. That small group leader will be responsible for them all week, and your student will never be unaccounted for or left alone other than their room at night. Lee provides several options each meal for all different types of dietary needs. We will be eating in the cafeteria on campus, so again, that is all you can eat, so your students will not go hungry. If they are texting you saying, "I'm starving, send me money for Chick-fil-A," they're probably lying to you and they slept through a meal or just are finicky eaters. So they'll have plenty of opportunities to eat and hydrate as much as they want to. Is there campus security? Yes, security will patrol the campus and students will be locked inside the dorms at night. These are not like Mall Blart or Paul Blart Mall Cop type situations. These are actual sheriffs that drive around the campus most of the time. This is the big one. If for any reason your student is reprimanded to the point of needing to leave camp, you will be required to come pick them up. Thank God we haven't had a situation where something has been done to where a student is needed to become gotten from camp. But if for whatever reason CIY decides and we decide that your student is not welcome at camp anymore, you will be responsible for driving 5 hours to Lee University to pick them up. So just make sure they know that. At the end of the day, we want everybody to have a good time. Camp is just a really, really unique place where your student gets to get away from distractions and really just have fun with their friends or make friends and then spend time with God and be given opportunities to respond to God. And so we're very, very, very excited for everything that's going to be happening at camp. If you guys have any questions, make sure to type them in the in-call messages, and I will do my best to address any questions that you guys may have. I've intentionally got the video and audio turned off, so if you have a question, you're going to need to type it in the chat. How are rooms/groups being assigned if my student doesn't have any friends going? If there are no specific room assignments, they will be put with someone in their grade. If we can look and see, like if we know that your student goes to a certain high school and there's another student that goes to that same high school and is in their grade in their school, that is typically how we arrange small groups and rooming assignments. Really for rooms, every year it's the drama of, well, I didn't get roomed with my friend because of, there's always some type of scenario. They're going to be in their rooms like 4 or 5 hours a day, and it's just going to be to sleep. So we want them to have a good time. We want everything to be great. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is written on the tablets. So if we get there and we need to make some adjustments, then we can go and make adjustments once we get there at camp, if it's an absolute necessity. So, any other questions? If not, awesome. Thank you guys for being awesome. Thank you guys for supporting the student ministry team. We got a great group going this year. We just need you guys to pray for us. Be praying for the students. Be praying for the leaders. Be praying for safety. Be praying for God to be working in people's hearts this next week as we kind of prepare and do all the stuff. And again, if you guys ever need anything, we're here to support you guys. It takes a village to raise a kid. Nothing we do as a student ministry team is ever going to supplement what you do at home. So we are here to help you guys. We are here to champion your students, and really just to kind of kickstart any type of relationship or season of life they're going through. So thank you guys for all you do in your homes. One last question there. Can they only wear Move t-shirts? No, they can wear any regular t-shirt. Move just likes to put that in their rules so that they buy Move shirts. It's shameless plug for Move. Any t-shirt's fine. All right. If you guys have any other questions as you're thinking and you go, oh, I wish I would have asked that, feel free and shoot us an email at students@lifepointcc.com. If not, I will see you all next Sunday. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you, guys.